If your phone died today, would your photos survive? For most people, the honest answer is, I think so, because of iCloud. And that, I think so, is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Apple iCloud is switched on by default, built into your phone, and presented as a safety net, quietly taking care of everything in the background. And that's where the problem starts. iCloud feels like a proper backup, so it's very easy to assume you're protected, even if you've never actually checked. In this video, I'm going to show you how to back up your iPhone without relying on iCloud, what your realistic options actually are, and how to make sure your photos and videos are genuinely protected. And I'll share a simple test you can do at the end to make sure your backup actually works, and not just hope it does. Why iCloud isn't enough. The key thing to understand is that iCloud is primarily a syncing service, not a true backup. When something is synced, it's designed to stay the same everywhere. So if you delete a photo on your iPhone, it deletes it everywhere. If something goes wrong with your Apple account or iCloud storage fills up, there isn't a completely separate copy sitting safely outside Apple's ecosystem. Sync is about keeping things consistent. Backup is about keeping things safe. And these two things are not the same. This is where a lot of very common backup mistakes come from. The biggest one is assuming that synced means protected. Another is relying on just one copy of your photos, especially when that copy lives inside the same system as your phone. And the third is trusting a single cloud provider without having anything separate as a fallback. The iPhone backup reality. Before we continue, there is one really important thing you need to know because it shapes everything else in this video. Apple does not allow third-party apps to fully back up an entire iPhone. No app outside Apple can back up everything. Not your apps, not your system data, and not your phone settings. So when I talk about backing up your phone without iCloud, what I'm really talking about is protecting the most important and irreplaceable part of your phone, your photos and videos. This isn't because other apples are bad or incomplete, it's a deliberate choice by Apple. And once you understand that, the rest of the backup options start to make a lot more sense. What a safer setup actually looks like. A safer setup is much simpler than people expect, and it doesn't require a lot of apps or complicated systems. At its core, you want at least one copy of your photos that lives outside your phone, and ideally, you want one copy that also sits outside Apple's ecosystem, so you're not relying on a single system to protect everything. In practical terms, that might mean your photos on your phone, a separate copy stored somewhere else, and another copy that's protected in a different way. Once you have that, you are no longer relying on one thing to go right for your photos to be safe. Option 1, backing up via your computer. One of the most complete ways to protect your iPhone photos without relying on iCloud is to back them up via your computer. In the setup, your phone is backed up to a computer first, and then your photos are protected as part of your normal computer backup system. This creates a really clear separation from Apple and gives you a copy that you control. One of the biggest advantages of this approach is that it works without the internet. There are a few trade-offs to be aware of. You do need to actually plug your phone in and do it, so it's not ideal if you're traveling or forgetful. You also need enough free space on your computer to hold those backups. And if the computer is already nearly full, that can start to affect performance. Option 2, backing up to an external hard drive. Another simple and reassuring option is backing up your photos and videos to an external hard drive. This approach appeals to a lot of people because it's physical. You can see it, hold it, label it, know exactly where your photos are. In this setup, you copy your photos and videos from your iPhone onto an external hard drive and keep that drive somewhere safe. It's a straightforward way of creating a separate copy outside your phone and outside Apple's ecosystem. There are also external drives designed specifically for phones that create their own Wi-Fi network. These allow you to back up photos directly from your iPhone without needing a computer to act as a bridge. As with any manual option, the trade-off is that you need to remember to do it. And the hard drives can fail, which means this copy also needs backing up if it's your main safety net. Option 3, app-based photo backup with pCloud. If you want something that works more automatically for your iPhone, app-based photo backups are a good option. And pCloud is a popular example of this approach. pCloud is a cloud storage service that sits completely outside iCloud. Once you've installed the app on your iPhone, it can automatically upload your photos and videos to your pCloud account in the background, creating a separate copy that isn't tied to Apple. From a cost point of view, pCloud offers both subscription plans, which typically start at a few pounds or dollars per month, depending on how much storage you need, and a one-off lifetime plan if you prefer to pay once rather than ongoing. The key thing is that you're paying specifically for storage outside Apple's ecosystem. There are a couple of important reality checks with this option. This is photos and videos only. It doesn't back up your entire phone, your apps, or your system data. And because of how iPhones manage background activity, uploads can pause if the app hasn't been open for a while. So you might need to go and open it up to kickstart it again. If you're listening to this and thinking, this is helpful, but I still feel unsure how to actually sort all my digital photos and keep it all organized, that's exactly what I help with inside my Photo Mess Success courses. They are focused specifically on digital photo sorting, and they guide you step by step through getting your photos organized properly, choosing a backup approach that works for you, and keeping everything manageable long term without overwhelm and without needing to be particularly technical. If you want clear guidance, a structure you can follow, and support while you work through it at your own pace, you can find all the details at photomesssuccess.co.uk. But for now, back to those backup options. Option 4, app-based backup with iDrive. Another app-based option is iDrive, which takes a slightly broader approach than photo-only services. With iDrive installed on your iPhone, you can back up your photos and videos directly from your phone, but it can also include other data such as contacts and calendars. Apple still limits what third-party apps can access, so it's not a full phone backup, but it does cover more than just photos. One of the reasons people like iDrive is that you can also tie it in with your computer backups later. That means you can use the same service to back up your phone and your computer, keeping everything under one provider if that feels simpler. In terms of cost, iDrive has a smaller plan designed just for phones, starting at a relatively low price for around 100 gigabytes of storage. However, at the moment, it tops out at around 500 gigabytes. So if you have a very large photo collection, it may feel a little bit limiting. There are a couple of trade-offs to be aware of. This is another service to pay for, and it's less invisible than iCloud. You do need to occasionally check that the backups are running as expected and that everything you care about is included. Option 5, using other cloud storage apps. Another option is to use general cloud storage apps that many people already have, such as Dropbox or Microsoft OneDrive. These apps can automatically upload photos and videos from your iPhone, creating a separate copy outside iCloud. And importantly, if you delete a photo on your phone, the copy often stays in the cloud rather than disappearing everywhere. That makes them useful as backup copies, not just a syncing tool. They're particularly good if you want automatic uploads and easy access to your photos across different devices, or if you're already using one of these services for documents and files. Bonus tip: properly test your backup. Here's a bonus tip that really builds confidence in your backup. Actually test it properly. Start by creating something new on your phone. Take a photo or a short video that you'll recognize easily. Then give your backup time to run. That might be a few minutes or a few hours, depending on the method you're using. Once you're confident it's backed up, delete that photo or video from your phone. Don't panic, this is the whole point of the test. Now, go to wherever your backup lives. That might be an app, a computer, or an external hard drive. Find that photo and make sure you can see it there. If you want to go one step further, try restoring it back to your phone or saving a copy somewhere else. That simple process proves 3 really important things. Your backup is actually running. New photos and videos are being included, and you know how to get something back if you ever need it, because a backup you've never tested isn't really a backup. It's just hope. And if you want to continue your photo organizing journey, then check out this video next, where I'll show you how to find and delete duplicate photos so you can free up space and make everything easier to manage. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more photo organizing tips. Have fun rediscovering your memories. I'll see you in my next video.